Okay. It's so dark. I don't know why it's so dark. Hey all, thanks so much for watching this vlog today. I'm going to just be talking about my upcoming trip, some thoughts, just kind of chatting for a little bit and then doing some fun stuff later. But today I think it's going to mostly just be me here sitting. Recently, it's the week after Thanksgiving, it's the 30th. And for Thanksgiving, we drove out to Boise to have Thanksgiving at some family. And my camera bag, like, was open. It's this one I got on, like, Amazon, like, a while ago. And it was sitting in my back seat, but I guess it didn't look like it was open or something, or it fell out, and then everything fell out, including my lens, my nice 24-70 lens that was on my camera at the time. So after that, I like went inside and like shot with it, and the pictures, like, it looked fine. I was concerned that it wasn't going to be able to like zoom in and out or focus, and it was fine. However, I have an ND filter on it. This allows to change the brightness or darkness without changing some of the other settings in the camera. So this is good for like long exposures, or, you know, mostly I got it for filming. And I'm pretty sure it's like, it got bonked, which is fine. Like, I can just replace this filter. I think it was like 50 bucks, which sucks, but I'd rather replace a filter than the whole lens, which I got used for about $700. These new cost from $1,000 to $1,500. But now I can't get it off because I would have filmed with that, because it has a smaller, it has a lower f-stop, which can make like the background all blurry and look all bokeh with my Christmas lights in the back. I can't get it off. And I need to fix this because I'm going on a trip tomorrow. Ow. So I have to go to Best Buy, and I'm curious, I don't think they would like take it off. But yeah, you can see like the ND filter like got a little bonked. So yes, like I said, I'm going on a trip. I have some lavender tea here, that way I'm just thirsty. The Christmas lights are up here in my Seattle house, but I'm not gonna be here because tomorrow, December 1st, I am driving down to Arizona and spending the entire month of December in Arizona, for a couple reasons. This year, I was planning on being in Arizona for the holidays, since I wasn't last year. I already knew that I wanted to be in Arizona for the holiday break. And my grandfather is turning 90 this year. His birthday is on the 8th, and it will be a surprise 90th birthday. And I really wanted to be out there for that because I'm really close with my grandfather. So I thought to myself, why take 2 flights, you know, at the beginning and the end of December? And there's also some other things I need to take care of in Arizona, and this is like a great time, you know, drive out there, be there for your grandfather's birthday, and, you know, do the things and enjoy the holidays. I'm helping my dad move, so I'm doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of sorting. It's just gonna be a lot. Like, I just know it's gonna be pretty intense. Just some stuff I haven't talked about on here at all, but I'm gonna be very busy in December, and of course I can't go anywhere without planning any sort of adventure trips. So I have a lot. So I've been planning a lot of trips. So I have to be in Arizona by the 8th, and I'm leaving tomorrow, so that gives me 7 days to go through Utah. I figured out a path that's going to take me through Central Oregon, through Utah to like Salt Lake City, Moab, Zion, all that great stuff. Yesterday I decided to add an extra day to my trip, so it was going to be 6 days. That way I would come home on the 6th and have all of the 7th to, you know, get situated, get some sleep, because I know I'm not going to sleep on this trip because I want to catch sunrise and sunsets and doing a lot of driving. But I don't think I gave myself enough time for Zion, and I want to go do some things in Southern California. Next year, I think I would just want to do a whole trip in California, like Southern California mainly. There's like the beach side of it. I've been to California before, like Los Angeles. I've been to San Diego once when I was younger, but I was visiting family and on like, you know, my parents' itinerary, not my own. But I would love to do a SoCal trip. I don't think it's in this notebook. Oh, it is in this notebook. I have my trips list for 2019 that I want to go on, and I'll be doing a whole video on this. I'll be doing a like a 2019 like travel goals, resolutions, talking about my travelings from this past year and my past resolutions. I'm going to do a whole like resolutions video because I like resolutions. I like setting goals. I like the feeling of checking off stuff, and I think I did a pretty good. I'm going to talk about all this year's travels in an upcoming video around like the new year. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I wanted to do an extra day in like Southern California, but the eastern side of it, that way I'm close to Arizona, and this entire trip, I'm not going to like the ocean, which is so perplexing. Like, that's like my main destination when I go and plan these trips. I'm like, take me to the coast, take me to the coast. Even when I did the California road trip in the beginning of the year, I'll link that up in the cards. We did a section of the PCH that was like Monterey Bay to like San Francisco, which is like a beautiful section. It has like one of my favorite places, Shark Cove. Monterey Bay is so beautiful. That's another place I would love to do like a trip. But yes, so I'm kind of just rambling here, so I hope that's okay. Yeah, I have that's for next year, that's for planning. I just have so much my brain right now trying to wrangle everything and like put things to paper to then create and then share. That's a lot. So I have to book one more Airbnb. So it's 5, right now I have my trip to Arizona for 5 nights. The first night I'll be staying in Boise, so that's covered, and then the next I have 4 nights in Airbnb locations, and I'm going to try and get that extra one for when I'm in. I don't know if I want to do it in Zion again, or if I want to do it if I want to stay in Southern California, because from the route that I have, the last day would be 12 hours of driving, and I definitely know I want to shoot a lot in that area. I don't know, I need to figure it out. And then when I'm in Arizona, there's a couple things that I want to do, like single day trip things for myself. But my friend Brittany, who is in my last video, my Chuckanut vlog, she's coming out for a couple days because she's never been to Arizona. And so she's going to fly out, and we are planning on going up north. She's never seen the Grand Canyon and all those beautiful things that are in northern Arizona. And so that'll be really fun. I am half planned on that trip. Something that's really interesting with like Arizona compared to Washington with my trip planning is a lot of these places that I want to go to, you need permits and because a lot of the really nice places are native lands, where here in Washington most of the stuff you want to do here is state or federal parks or areas, but a lot of the really nice places in Arizona you need to have a native guide. So just trying to like, and I think I remember when I lived there, I remember like hearing about that and trying to understand it, and like a lot of raffles and you know, like lotteries in terms of how many people they'll let in, you know, having to book your trips way in advance, like Havasupai Falls. Havasupai Falls is these beautiful waterfalls in the Grand Canyon area, and they are on Hopi land. They only let X amount of people throughout the year, and there's certain times in the years that you can go. It's an 8-mile hike in, and you have to stay overnight. You can't do like a day trip. I don't know why you would want to. I've heard people doing it, but it's this whole big reservation thing, and so people will like months, even like a year in advance, plan out their trips to Havasupai Falls. I knew this trip I wasn't going to do it. I'm not physically able to do that right now. I don't have the equipment to do backpacking like that. And I didn't plan a year in advance for my, you know, spots. So then after the holidays, after Christmas, I will be driving back up, but going a different route. We'll be taking the eastern side of California, which is a lot of stuff that I have not done before. A lot of national parks like Yosemite, Death Valley, Sequoia, Lake Tahoe, that area. And I have just scratched the surface at like planning that trip. I've spent so much time the past couple weeks like looking at maps and listicles and Instagram accounts and, you know, Instagram, you know, tags. Like I just spent so much time and like my brain is kind of like frying like, I think the main problem is that like I would love to do this slower, but since there's time restraints, like I only have like 6 days to get from Seattle to Arizona, and then I only have like 5 or so days to get back from Arizona to back to Seattle. And I definitely want to be here for New Year's, and then the first week of January I have a day trip planned, so I need to be back here for New Year's. There's not like an extension, unless something goes awry, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't think it's gonna happen, hopefully, fingers crossed. So today, oh my god, I have so much I have to do. I have to finish planning, I have to clean my car, laundry, finish packing, I have to go pack up my clothes, write out some like photography ideas, like picture planning stuff. I need to go to Best Buy. I think this was like, the exciting thing of today's vlog. I spent a lot of time over Thanksgiving break researching drones because I've been wanting a drone for the longest time. They're pretty pricey, but I thought I'll just get a cheaper one, you know, a couple $100 rather than, of course, the ones you want are like $1,000. Everything that I want is like $1,000, and that sucks. But the other thing that was really like, there's so many laws and regulations and areas that you can't fly your drone in that I was doing a lot of research on drones. And because I really want to make these videos really expansive and immersive and to feel like you guys are actually there and to, I don't know, enjoy the scenery with me, to like connect with it the same way that I am being there, more than just, you know, this type of setup allows, you know, like the selfie cam. But I think with just allowing myself like a week to like have it shipped and then to register it and learn all the laws and stuff like that, it just wasn't really panned out for this trip, which is a bummer. But I think I would really like to take a class on it. The other thing that was kind of a deterrent is that like flying a drone in Washington State and Seattle is like a big pain in the butt, and there's like nowhere to do it. I found a website here that I will link down below, and it shows like it shows radiuses of areas that you can't fly your drone due to like it's a national park, it's federal land that's prohibited, it's like 5 miles within an airport. And so you would just have to drive really crazy far into like the mountains or something. And even then, I don't know, like I don't want to break the law. When looking into like other states like Utah and Idaho, all their laws are just like, don't bother the cows and livestock, and the cops have the right to use a drone with a warrant against you. But I think with like Seattle, like there's just been like too many like hotheads being dumb with their drones. Several times like drones have like crashed into the Space Needle. That's not good. And then during Pride, during one of the parades, a drone dropped like 30 feet from the air and hit somebody on the head. And that's an injury. So there are people in Seattle that made it so that no drones for no one. This is why we can't have nice things. So no drone this trip. But I also did a lot of research into 360 cameras, and I am very, very curious. There's one that I want. It's about $70, because of course I would want like the Rilo, and that's like $500. But I think right now at the holidays it's not like the best, especially for it to be my first 360. Like let's stick our toes in it a little bit. So there's one. It's called the Samsung Gear 360, and it looks really promising. My only concern is that the app that you would use as your viewfinder and to see what your images and your videos are looking like, it's only for Samsung, and I have a Google Pixel, so I'm hoping that, I don't know, I just want like a nice 360 camera that, so I'm gonna go to Best Buy, and I'm also gonna go to maybe like Ross or something and try and check out some more clothes for a shoot, for some pictures. I'm really looking for like, you know, white flowy dresses, red flowy dresses. I don't know. It's probably gonna be really cold. I haven't gotten anything done today, and I know I'm going to be up really late today, and I want to wake up really early tomorrow. Alright, I think that's all I wanted to get covered in this little chit-chatty video. Yeah, lots of really exciting videos to come. I am pumped. And I'm also really excited for the new year. I will be doing some resolutions, new year, new me, opening up about some things that I've been dealing with and some ideas. And I just have a lot of things that I really want to create in the new year. And I think it's going to be like my year business-wise. I mean, we think that every year, but let's hope this year's the year. Let's get on with it before the day's fully cooked. As you can see, packing has turned into a mess. Christmas presents, most of which are wrapped. Most of which. And a bunch of candles I want to burn while I'm there because they're themed. And I'm driving, so I can take what I want. But yeah, lots of camera stuff, charging stuff. So inside my car, I have pumpkins I need to throw away. And a bra. Bra that probably needs to be washed. Yesterday when I went to the store, I got a gas kit because I know that, like, I'm silly and not too gas conscious, but also I'll be in parts of Utah that might not have, like, gas stations for hundreds of miles, and I might make a wrong decision and not fill up, so I have a gas tank just in case.